Tell me the significance of you joining with AOC to get something like this done.
AOC is wrong a lot. She'd probably say the same thing about me, but she's not corrupt. And I will work with anyone and everyone to ensure that Congress is not so compromised. We should disallow congressional stock trading for the same reason we don't allow the referee to bet on the game.
That's right. Representatives Matt Gaetz and Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez have teamed up to at least try to put an end to stock trading by members of Congress that oftentimes looks like insider trading. While the two have disagreed on nearly every issue, they were able to find common ground on topics related to congressional corruption. Unfortunately, that has put them at odds with pretty much everyone else, because everyone else in Congress is trading individual stocks and possibly engaging in insider trading. And it's such a widespread phenomenon. Well, you know what? We'll get to how widespread that is a little later. Stay tuned for that. But first, let's get to what AOC and Gaetz are proposing. The bipartisan Restoring Faith in Government Act would forbid any member of Congress from owning stocks or making trades. It would also prevent the spouses and dependents of politicians from doing the same. In what Matt Gaetz jokingly referred to as the Pelosi provision. Now, look, my guess is this is because Pelosi consistently beats the stock market. Her trades are so successful that retail investors literally track her financial disclosures and copy her investments. Pelosi even gave this shameless defense of her corruption just back in 2021. Let's watch.
Should members of Congress and their spouses be banned from trading individual stocks while serving in Congress?
No, I don't know to this second one. We have a responsibility to report in the stock, on the stock, but I'm not familiar with that 5-month review, but if people aren't reporting, they should be.
Why do you think
Because this is a free market and people, we are a free market economy, they should be able to participate in that.
Yeah, but your so-called participation in the free market is a conflict of interest. How are you going to regulate on businesses that you are personally invested in? Then their profit motive becomes your profit motive. You get what I'm saying? It's a problem. It's a bit of a problem. And then there are some closed door briefings that members of Congress are part of course, and they're privy to information we're not privy to, and they get to trade on that information. If we were to trade on insider information, we'd go to prison. Why don't they go to prison? Look, if the latest legislative effort to ban congressional stock trading by AOC and Gaetz were to pass, members of Congress who currently own stock would be forced to transfer it to a blind trust within 90 days. Apparently, there are some consequences for those who would fail to comply. Any violations of the law would result in a fine at the court's discretion, of course, up to $50,000. Exceptions to the proposal, should it be voted into law, include treasury bonds, widely held investment funds, and contributions to the government's retirement plan. According to Gaetz and AOC, those are all acceptable forms of investment, and I agree with that. Now, this isn't the first time that AOC and Matt Gaetz have teamed up for legislation like this. Just last year, they both supported the Ban Congressional Stock Trading Act, which would have banned trading and forbidden members of Congress from serving on corporate boards. Now, unfortunately, the provision that bans congressional lawmakers from serving on such boards is not included in this year's legislation. It's also, unfortunately, hard to believe that this latest effort will pass. I'm just keeping it real with you all. There have been plenty of other attempts to stop members of Congress from trading, but they've always failed because many politicians are making a killing in the stock market. Check out this headline from a New York Times article written just last year, which reads, "Stock trades reported by nearly a fifth of Congress show possible conflicts," meaning conflicts of interest. A New York Times analysis found that 97 lawmakers or their family members bought or sold financial assets over a 3-year span in industries that could be affected by their legislative committee work. Wow, what a shocker. Looks pretty bad, right? Now, this issue is not only extremely widespread, but very much bipartisan. This is a bipartisan issue, and here is a visual that will help you understand it. These 97 politicians and their family members were prolific traders. From 2019 to 2021, more than 3,700 trades reported by lawmakers from both parties posed potential conflicts between their public responsibilities and their finances. Because of their insider information, members of Congress can get filthy rich with their trades and consistently beat the market.
Breaking 2004 study by a group of professors and researchers examined the records of US senators between 1993 and 1998. The study found that a portfolio tracking the stocks that the US senators bought during the same time period outperformed the market by 85 basis points each month. And a portfolio that tracked the stocks that the senators sold during the period lagged behind the market by 12 basis points. The study concluded that the senators knew appropriate times to both buy and sell their common stocks.
So why is insider trading so rampant? Because there are no real consequences if members of Congress get caught. Now, there's the Stock Act of 2012, which is currently the only regulation against insider trading, and it's woefully inadequate. While lawmakers who violate the Stock Act face a fine, the penalty is usually small. $200 is the standard amount, or waived by House or Senate ethics officials. Like, they have their colleagues waive it on their behalf. Like the $200, oh, steep. Do you know how many millionaires we have in Congress right now? While it's encouraging to see bipartisan efforts to end corruption, it's hard to get excited about it when so many prior attempts to end insider trading or just trading individual stocks have failed. Furthermore, Gaetz and AOC's bill should have even steeper penalties than just $50,000. I'm just keeping it real. Even a penalty that high could be chump change for a politician like Nancy Pelosi, who has 2 very fancy refrigerators, lots of expensive ice cream, and millions of dollars that she has made through trading individual stocks while she was a member of Congress. So something to keep in mind. With that said though, I do want to commend Gaetz and AOC for working together even though they couldn't be more different politically speaking. If you can find common ground with your political opponents, you should work together to accomplish the policies that you want to accomplish. I don't think it makes you a bad person to do that. It just makes you a thinker, someone who's strategic, someone who actually cares about winning through policy rather than, posturing to your voters to make it seem like you're the purest leftist or member of the right wing in Congress. So I love that they're trying. Every time they do, they draw attention to this issue. And even if the legislation doesn't pass, drawing attention to it and increasing pressure on members of Congress to change their behavior is something. It's better than nothing. I certainly would not be happy if this issue was on no one's radar. And the fact that they're proposing legislation about this is something that I think they deserve kudos for.
Thanks for watching The Young Turks, really appreciate it. Another way to show support is through YouTube memberships. You'll get to interact with us more. There's live chat emojis, badges. You've got emojis of me, Anna, John, JR. So those are super fun. But you also get playback of our exclusive member-only shows and specials right after they air. So all of that, all you gotta do is click that join button right underneath the video. Thank you.